Renato Souza defeats Chris Weidman via third round TKO. So how this fight played out was basically in the first round, Chris Weidman actually won that round. He was kind of leading, like he was setting the pace in that round. He was throwing that jab, and like in the first minute, he actually kind of buzzed Jacare. He threw a jab, then he came around with like a hook, and then kind of pushed Jacare back to the cage. And Jacare was kind of slow, like he kind of felt they had to recover a bit. And Weidman tried to capitalize a little bit, but he didn't get crazy with it. He just kind of started walking Jacare down. Then eventually Jacare started firing back with some hooks and started going to the body, started doing leg kicks, and started trying to hit Weidman with some power back. So Weidman had to gain Weidman's respect. But this round really was just like not too much action, but it was Weidman landing more shots, landing clean shots, and he was dictating the pace in that round. Even got against the cage, maybe try to go for it. He didn't really go for it, actually attempt to go for any takedowns too aggressively. Like he kind of was in position, but he never fully committed to him. I guess he was worried about Jacare's guillotine or worried about on the grappling chain. I think it could have worked out in his favor if he would have attempted it more, or at least kind of stayed there more. But really, I say a clean round for Weidman, but nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting. But he kind of dictated the pace in that round. Then the second round, I think 2 of the 3 judges gave it to Weidman, but really, I think it was like the first round, but Jacare turned up the pace. He saw that Chris Weidman was trying to set a pace and control the fight, but it was like Jacare Souza wasn't really trying to have that pace. Like he would start piling up combinations, start landing big shots. He see that Weidman's get in a groove, and then he would fire off a combination. He'd go to the body, to the head. He would kind of get in the clinch exchange, and then like pretty much Weidman would initiate some of these clinch exchanges because like he see that Jacare landing these big shots or going for these hooks, going for these overhands, going for these big shots. So he would engage in the clinch and kind of, just kind of tie Jacare up. And he tried to go for knees into the body, into the head, but it seemed like Jacare pretty much won every single clinch exchange. Like Weidman tried to land some to the body, then Souza land 2 to the body. Weidman tried to land to the head, it'd be like a grazing shot that kind of missed. Then Souza would land like a pretty clean shot, knee to the head. It was like every single time they went to clinch, it was like Souza was winning those clinch exchanges as far as like when they're striking. And then, like I said, this was I don't would say it was like no blowout round, but actually Souza outlanded Weidman Jacare Souza outlanded Weidman by like 10 or so strikes. So it was like he was the one landing more shots. I think he was landing the harder shots. Like Weidman was trying to dictate the pace by saying Souza was overshadowed, like pretty much coming over that pace by just with sheer volume and power. So it was like a close round. Like I said, 2 or 3 judges gave it to Weidman, but I gave it to Souza. Then in the third round, I think it pretty much kind of followed the momentum of the second round. Like still Weidman trying to set that pace, but Souza wasn't having it. He was every time Weidman got into try to get in his set pace, Souza would just overlap that pace with more volume, more power, and just more pressure. Then like I think towards the end, like the final sequence in that third round that led to the TKO was basically Souza going to the body, going head. I think he did like a 7-piece combo, went to his body like 4 times, then went to his head like 4 times. Then he got a clinch and kind of pushed him away and stole him while he was like punched on him while he was going backwards. And then Weidman tried to respond with like pretty much with aggression. He tried to hold his ground and try to fire back. Then Jacare came over the top with like a right on top of his head, and pretty much Weidman crumpled up and was like pretty much like out of it. He was like trying to hold on to a single, but his body was all moving like in slow motion. Like he wasn't even there. He was out. Maybe he think he was there, but he was out. He was just like his body wasn't really responding like he wanted to do. All he could do was hold on to a leg, and Souza didn't even want to hit him no more. It was like he was done. Souza could have easily just knocked him out completely right there, but it was like no need to hit him anymore. The ref was looking at it confused, but then the ref just basically stopped. Like, yeah, this guy's completely out of it. Let's just stop this fight. And then, so basically, Jacare won the fight. And another thing, let's kind of step away. This fight won Fight of the Night over Matt Frivola versus Lando Venata, and that's kind of crazy. As exciting as this fight was, it was nowhere near as exciting as Matt Frivola versus Lando Venata. I think it probably wins over because it's on the pay-per-view and because of the name value involved with this fight. But as far as like the actual what you got from this fight, it's like really doesn't give you as much as the Frivola versus Venata fight. But now back to this fight. Yeah, good performance. Jacare says he won like the winner of Robert Whitaker versus Kevin Gastelum or Kelvin Gastelum, let me get his name right. But I don't think it's really that he's that really in position to get a title shot unless maybe Kevin Gastelum wins. Because if Kevin Gastelum wins, it was like, or let me say Kelvin Gastelum wins because their fight was like a split decision. Then it like kind of makes it intrigue for a rematch. But if Robert Whitaker wins, he completely destroyed Jacare. So only getting one win is not going to get you no title shot. Especially when the division is starting to have these young contenders or these more interesting contenders. Like he probably going to have to fight maybe like an Israel Adesanya or maybe Borrachina or maybe something like that. Unless the division is to a point where it's like they need a title fight so bad. Cause he might say he deserves a title shot, but only riding one win, you're not gonna get it. You're not really deserving of anything, no matter how impressive that performance was. And it was like a come from behind kind of performance as well, because like I said, two of the judges had him behind. Even though I didn't see that way, two of the judges did have him behind. And he came back and did what he needed to do to take the judges out of the equation. But I don't think it's nothing too impressive. I mean, as far as his style, like you didn't see nothing too evolved about him that would change the outcome of a rematch between either fighter. Like maybe he could get the split decision nod over Gaslam the second time around. But if he fought Robert Whitaker again, I think it would be the same thing. His striking still looks stiff, as always. He got his defense a little bit better. I don't know about his cardio, but if he get his nose busted by Weidman, he's gonna definitely get his nose busted up by Whitaker. So like I'm saying, like there's not like really, as far as I'm concerned, there's no interest in seeing him fight Whitaker again if Whitaker wins. But maybe if Kevin Gastelum wins, there's interest. But even then, it's like he hasn't really changed too much. To say, oh dang, he's gonna destroy whoever he fights next, regardless. Like, or maybe it'd be interesting now. He looks so good in this fight. It's the best I've ever seen him. But it's like, nah, he looked like Jacare. He didn't put no super performance on that made you kind of sway your opinion about him or really get you interested in seeing him challenge for the title. But if he does get a title shot, good for him. He definitely had an amazing career and deserves it for that. But as far as just like his winning streak, definitely doesn't deserve it. But as far as his career and who he is, he earns a title shot. But as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't deserve it. I think that's what most people say. But if he gets it, so be it. But that's about all I got to say for this fight or for this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And come back for more videos. Peace.